Robinson. They call me Jay.
This is Michael Jeffrey. They call me Mike Jeff.
This is Logan Barnes, and they call me Pounds.
This is Vince Smith, and they call me Vinny.
And this is The Last Dab.
Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, we had those intro horns.
Uh-oh.
We ain't never had those before, but they're here.
Welcome back to The Last Dab, ladies and gentlemen. We got Evan Jones up in here. To say that Johnny Bones Jones.
You better watch out for the Evan Bones Jones.
Yeah, Evan coming through, dude. Looking good, man. You look fit, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. I actually haven't been in the gym that much.
Really?
Yeah, this is just
years and years of wrestling, and
it pays off. It pays off.
It really does. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you start something like young, like our buddy Cody, man. He was in sports all throughout, like,
soccer.
As a kid, 3 or 4 years old or something, and just like growing up probably until like middle school. Hasn't done really shit physically, like work like that, besides like actual work or whatever. And dude's just he's jacked.
Still
or not
there.
Jacked, but you know what I mean? He's got like his calves are jacked. His calves look like a sculpture. But
marble.
But I think that's all just from like years and years of doing that when you're younger.
right. Like, you still wouldn't want to fight him.
No, yeah. You wouldn't want to fight him.
You don't want to scrap with the guy.
But they say, you know, get your kids into sports and stuff early, and
activities,
like teach them, you know, self-discipline, teamwork.
It's
all
like
that.
it's like breaking in a glove.
Right,
You know what I mean? You might not have used that glove, but the glove's broken in. You know what I mean? You'll be able to catch. It's better than a brand new glove.
Mm-hmm.
Break in your glove.
Show love and break in your glove.
So Evan, man, I walked in. I'm not gonna. I think I'm a week ahead. I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, Evan's on, but I had the weeks flip flopped. I thought you were coming on next week, so I didn't know. So when I walked in, I'm like, holy shit! Like straight nostalgia, bro.
Right. Yeah. I haven't seen you for a long time, man. So
yeah.
I mean, okay, so we can talk about like whenever we all first met, if you want, or
I think the people should know for
definitely
sure.
want to say like sports for me, or like in
Yeah,
school.
I think you were actually the first one I met.
Oh, really?
I'm talking like 7th, 8th grade.
Oh no, even before that, we played baseball with Brett Hall.
Did play
Like, way
baseball
back
with
when.
Brett Hall. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. And bro, I look at pictures back then. We were some babies, bro. We were babies, dude. Like, man.
I was a bowling ball back. I mean, up until probably about 8th grade, I was like 4'5", 160 pounds.
Yeah.
Shit, now what are you like? Damn near what? Like
Taller
5'9", 6 foot something? What are you, dude?
From across the table, you look taller than me.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
my
be complete.
slouch.
Maybe it's a
Yeah, I'm
bullshit.
about 5'11". Yeah.
Okay,
5'11"?
I can't bullshit and say I'm 5'11". I'm not.
You know, when I was playing at Wabash, I was 6'1", but no, like, you know, coach didn't put it at 6'1".
Give you that extra.
okay.
I was like,
Okay.
I didn't
I was
lose
like,
2
no.
inches.
6 inches?
No.
What happened? You had
Yeah, I was
surgery?
like, did you cut off some inches? Well, and you were playing what there?
I played safety. So I came in playing safety and just lost both of my ankles. I mean, that's the whole story. I actually stabbed my right ankle literally with a knife on accident.
Damn.
That is a story.
But yeah, I mean, after freshman year, I went on the linebacker because I just couldn't run anymore.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened. But I mean, I actually found out the other day, Evan Sandball actually just took a coaching job.
I saw
Really?
that, bro. Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. Took a coaching job. Where at?
Wabash.
Wabash.
Wow.
I mean, that's awesome.
That
dude.
really
that's
is cool.
awesome. Because Stanball, shout out to his dad, because he was a great coach for all of us. I think we all had him. They just have that mind for, and I'm guessing obviously he got a coaching job for football. They just have that mind. It's like it's embedded in them. You know what I mean? Just their IQ football it's just, I mean, I don't understand it like that.
You know what's crazy too is like being the coach's son. You know what I mean?
That
Okay,
is
like
crazy.
there's like two aspects of it. There's those who just kind of like I mean, you kind of see it, and it's like, oh, they just get like put in that spot, like they're number one or whatever, and you think it's like a nepotism type deal, like they just like for family members. But if you kind of like, if you look at it, it's like the coaches are going to be like a lot harder. Your dad, I should say, is going to be a lot harder on you rather than coaching other kids, because like they're going to expect things out of you. Not saying I don't know their situation, but I can see where that drive comes from. Your dad there on the field with you, pushing you, or but then it's cool to see like, boom, he's got a coaching job. You know what I mean?
It must have worked.
Yeah, man, like
Paid off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I get what you're saying. You
now
have
it's like passing the torch type deal.
And I'm sure it's going to be the exact same thing with him. You know what I mean? He'll have a son, a daughter, whatever. He'll coach, and it's like you have that relationship with them at home. It's a father, it's a son. But at practice, it ain't no father son shit. It's I'm coach, and you're a player.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll treat you exactly like that because that's what you are.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like you said, it's almost like a standard that people think like your coach's son, usually you get like set up and helped out. But all the sports we've played, most of the time it's like you said, like they damn near get you're a standard for this team because you are my son. Right. So if you're bullshitting, then
how's that look on me as a coach? And I'm, you know what I mean? Like, you played multiple sports, right?
Well, growing up, actually baseball, football, and wrestling until high school, and then I dropped baseball.
No more for the baseball.
I know, man. Me too. I don't know why. I love baseball. Baseball was my favorite to play.
I think it just burnout. You just get burnt out.
I think I did get burnt out on it because I played too much baseball as a kid, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if I got burnt out. Baseball was like the easiest one to pick up and play with like friends, and
Definitely.
I mean, other than maybe basketball.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, well, football was my main one. I wanted to lift through the spring because I cut all winter. Right.
And you can't do that
all winter.
Yeah. God, cutting was hard, especially at that age. I can do it now. Like I can fast. I can intermediate fast. I can not eat shit all day. It's easy. I like doing it.
But as you're going through lunch and seeing everybody eat, and then you're like, I can't eat.
You just feel disrespected.
I can't complain too bad. I dropped like 6 pounds, maybe. I don't know, maybe like 10,
Austin
11.
Smith was sleeping with the heat on, trying to cut weight.
Oh my gosh,
I remember that story, bro.
Yes, we were in the same. Like we were.
He won though.
He did. I was hot as shit because we all had to share that same room. Or whatever.
That even makes it hotter.
Yeah. So I mean, 4 fucking adolescent teens, bro. Like,
Lord, the smell and the heat was overwhelming.
Gosh. But I did want to bring that up about, I mean, you said you were more like bowling ball shaped until you started getting into more of the sports. What I noticed from you, man, was you had a really strong work ethic, man. And were you not like, forgive me if I'm wrong, but were you not like top of your class in
academics?
Or something like that? Or maybe I'm confused?
I mean, I wasn't top of my class. I mean, I was like top 30. So, I mean, still pretty up there.
I was like the last 30.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
It's like bottom third.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just academic came decently naturally. But, I mean, it was also the people I was hanging around. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you remember Zach Hughes, Defoe. Yeah. I mean, they were just super smart.
Really, yeah.
I was good friends with them, so if we were hanging out, it was after we did our homework or something. So, like, I just, if I was going to hang out with them later at night, I was like, well, I might as well get my homework done now. No doubt. It just added up.
It just makes logical sense. You know what I mean? But then you try to explain it to other kids, and it's like, fuck that.
I remember going to your house in the studio, trying to pull out my chemistry book. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not doing this.
Put the chemistry book back in the fucking book bag, bro. We are not going to give you the time of day to study.
That was slightly a problem, you living right next to the school, because it's
so
like,
hard not to go there
bam,
first.
Like, let's just go there first and get whatever we want to do out of the way. It was like,
his mom's not home.
9 o'clock. I am not doing my homework. It is way too late.
I'm not even home.
I need to sleep now.
And then I'm like up watching Family Guy till like 11, 12 o'clock. I'm like, I can't go to sleep at all.
Should I try my homework?
Yeah, no. Way too late to be doing
homework. What am I?
Now you can see why I was like bottom third.
It all just came out.
So you did baseball with Logan, and then so you did. Was it wrestling or football that you got into first? Was it football?
Well, I mean, it was definitely football. I mean, I was playing football my whole life.
And then
winter. But wrestling didn't start till 6th grade because Coach Stanball came over. He's like, "Hey, you should do wrestling," and I was like,
"Fan down, fan down."
And I was like, "Okay." I mean, you both wrestled in middle school. Like, I was literally still bowling ball. I think I probably won up until 8th grade when I started like losing the weight, and then also, puberty helps in middle school. Yeah. But
I went through the chunky stage, bro. Like I was like same way. I was pretty thick, but
you were a little plush.
Had some thickness to me.
It was a little plush.
Yeah, definitely. Wrestling really got me, whooped my ass into shape, man. Like that shit really does. Like that's why I say like 10. So 5, 10 pounds. Some people are like, man, I can't even lose that.
Do you remember that big ass picture we took back in? I think it was 7th grade wrestling.
Yeah.
Where I was in the front. Remember we made because my
fucking
leg.
I wasn't even in that picture, and I was wrestling.
Leg.
What happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, you had to.
I wasn't in the picture for some reason.
Might not have been.
I must have like either
They made him
missed
take it.
They damn near might have made Jared take it, bro.
I think they did crop my head in the back or some shit like that or something like that. I ended up.
They just cut the picture because it was before any type of photo editing.
I actually didn't have the grades to finish out in 8th grade. So it was like I got cut from the team. I was devastated, though.
Isn't that crazy, though? You think about a fucking...
No kid left behind.
Tax-paying fucking, governmented, funded fucking academic thing for every kid.
I about got got my work permit taken for having bad grades.
But what? How does that even make sense? You can't wrestle. But these kids got to get off the street and do some things. But you're not allowed to wrestle because you got a D. You know what I mean? Or you got an F. So now I can't do something that's physically healthy, mentally healthy, emotionally healthy to take up my time. Now I have bad grades and nothing to do. Right. It's almost like
my grades are
setting
still
up.
My grades are still bad, and I can't wrestle.
You're setting, you're setting people up for failure.
Yeah,
how are you not?
I think the school system is very, you put it side by side to how our government's working right now. A lot of different areas, people are set up for failure. Yeah. I mean,
even in society after school,
right. I mean, there's just so many things out there that are free up to a certain point, and then no longer they're free. And then people are like, well, if I go over that point, even, a few dollars, if I try to make something up of it, I lose all this. So I really didn't gain nothing, Right. And so people get stuck in this cycle of failure,
Yeah, for sure. I agree. And I think that like you said, with the government setting it up and like, these different things, like unemployment and food stamps and all that's great. It's great if it helps. But I feel like with the control that they have with it, they distinguish how much you get and what you get and all that. And it's like if you are in a position where you need help, like a lot of things, I'm really thinking in my head like single parents, like where they will actually need that because you can't even hardly get a house without having like a significant other or somebody else, a roommate of some sort. Most of the people
cannot.
And it's like. Once they take that away from you, who are you gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna be like, you need us. We're the government. You know what I mean? Like, and
you depend on
we're
us.
your man now. Yeah. We the man.
And then, through that, people then get in a comfortable.
Exactly.
And not comfortable in the sense of you're sitting on $1,000 couch and you got beautiful fucking furniture and all these amazing things.
I got food stamps. I got like $300 in food stamps. I got food for sure.
I got a place to stay.
We're going to cut that into $150 now.
Right. Yeah. And some people kind of get stuck in that in that area, but who set them up to be in that area? Wasn't themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like the government saying you need us, but you need us so bad that we won't let you go.
I feel like a lot of people are raised on the idea that comfort is the goal in life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're working their whole life towards.
I just want to be all right, man. I just want to be good.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to be okay. No, not in like a bad way like that, but things will happen in your life. Like the weird thing is that we need to go through these things that set us back in life so we can understand what came out of it and we can move forward and know how to deal with these things. Like it's almost like it's the pressure on the diamond, you know what I mean? And then
it would
or
just
on
be a rock.
and then
Yeah.
and then the pressure creates a diamond, I should say, you know,
I mean, well, I'd say to that, it's like you need to have the high points so you know what it could be, and you need to have the low points so you know what you don't want. And then, you know, if you find somewhere in the middle, that's fine. But what's happening is these people are never getting the high point because they're too afraid to even try.
ding,
And that,
ding,
that
ding,
you know,
ding. Where's the applause? Is it on there?
Woo!
There we go. Preach. But into it. It's all a joke. That's a joke.
That's the way.
Tabernacle, boys.
You did most of it. You didn't even know.
So, I mean, I guess while we're on like this financial, you know, talking financial, what is it that you do for a living? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I through college I was self-taught finances.
Where'd you go to college?
Wabash. So yeah, not too far from here. I mean, I got to actually I went into school to be a doctor. About halfway through, found out I didn't want to be a doctor, so I switched over to be a lawyer. And somewhere between start of my junior year and graduating, I came to a realization, you know, like it doesn't matter what kind of job I get. I'm really, you know, I'm still going to be in a position to where somebody else controls my paycheck, somebody else controls my schedule, something like that. That I wanted to step away from. So I actually self-taught myself finances and
You wanted to be your own boss, basically.
yeah. Oh, that's the main thing that got me where I am now. I just didn't want. I want to be my own boss for all the right reasons. I wanted to be able to travel when I want. I wanted to be able to be with my kids when I want. You know, whatever it may be. Like my dad. You know, I think another big thing was my dad provided for my family pretty well. Like, you know, decent, really well. And the big thing was, it wasn't until like my senior year of high school that I even expected him to be at my games, just because he was working all the time. So, you know, it's funny, if he didn't come to, he actually came to all my senior year games. That was like a promise he made to me. But if he never actually did that, I don't think I would have ever realized, you know, what I was missing in the first place.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it was never present before, so I just didn't really realize, you know, my mom would be there.
Yeah.
But you didn't look at it negatively. I
Right.
don't feel like
I feel
what
you.
you're saying right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, once my dad started coming, I was like, oh, this is awesome. You know, I wanted to make sure I could do that for my kids. You know, that was a huge thing there.
So that was the drive for you. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to have control of my schedule, still get the money that I'm looking forward to. And, you know, you're down for the work, but you want to make sure that there's things in life that you'll be able to do and that you're not so caught up in
exactly.
having to be on this schedule.
He showed you both sides of the coin, it sounds like,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
over a small amount of time. High
Right.
school, you know what I mean? High school is when we kind of come to as men, you know, as grown men. You're starting to get there. You saw, you know, what it took for him to give you that. And you said, children, do you have multiple kids? Or do you?
I don't got any kids yet.
Oh, you're just talking about in
I
the
just,
future.
you know, I just know in the future.
Prior.
That's
Planning.
great, though. Yeah,
Planning.
I love that, though. I mean, that's great because, you know, in my shoes and a lot of people that we know, you know, our first child, it wasn't planned. I don't like, and I hate saying accident either. You know what I mean? Because it's not an
Wasn't planned.
accident. It just wasn't planned, you know?
Pretty sure I was an accident.
I'm the youngest child, so I think I can
that
say
weren't
that
planned,
mine
but I
was
was an
planned.
accident.
Yeah.
I was not supposed to be on. The aliens need to pick me up here soon, man. Phoning home ever since 5th grade, bro.
Wheezy. This man's busy up in this joint.
I can kind of relate to that because you guys know I was on seconds for like 3 or 4 years, and that I took a lot of time from seeing Max grow up at 9 and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
And now you're on the other side of it, and I think you can see that he probably obviously appreciates that.
Oh,
more.
yeah.
I mean, he doesn't fully grasp the longevity of it.
Dude, the support, like, to have a wonderful support system around you, like, and especially for a young kid, means so much to that kid. You know what I mean? Like, to hear good job, like, I wish someone would say that to me today. I'm not crying, but but still, like, I seen a video, and it was like like maybe like a little award show, or award ceremony for kids whenever, perfect attendance or
like at school
AB
stuff,
honor roll or whatever.
elementary, yeah.
And everybody's like waving at their parents, and some little guy is like all down and stuff.
Because you know
and
why,
like,
yeah.
but then like he looks up and he sees his family, and you can see the fire light up inside of his soul, like, oh, and then dude, like his like switch in his brain was like, like they're here for me. So it's like that's really admirable to think about. Something that you don't even have yet that you want to, make sure that in the future is going to be something that you continue to remember. And again, it was something that happened when you were younger,
right?
That molded you. You understand why he wasn't there. It just kind of sucks, but and he wants to be there. And he even made you a promise, like, "Hey, I'll be there, man." And then there he was, and it makes all the difference to have support system, man. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, kind of getting a little bit back to what I do for work is, I just teach finances. I build plans for people and things like that, right? So my entire mindset of what I'm trying to teach people is, hey, sacrifice something now for something later, and I mean, in a lot of ways, I live that in kind of my life, kind of what I was talking about earlier. You got to have the high points and the low points. I'll get to something in a little bit, but like I had some pretty high points when I was in college. I mean, I did pretty well. And just to see all of that, like I experienced what it could be like and then didn't have it, made me realize, like, all right, I want that, but I got to do it the smart way this time, make sure it does come to fruit. And that, I mean, that's really what I do for work. It's just teaching people. I say, hey, like, this is where you are. You are somewhere in this place for finances. You might have debt. You might have whatever it is, but you still want these things later in your life.
Yeah.
You still have these dreams. Well, let's actually try to get them.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of society is just saying, be comfortable, right? That's what you're just saying, and people give up on those big dreams they want. And, for me, at least, I've seen a lot of people, it's just like, I haven't seen somebody give up on their dreams yet that I've talked to, but I've seen people realize they can actually get their dreams. That's beautiful. And that's the cool thing that's probably
And
cool.
I'm sure you literally are part of the reason for that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's really just schools don't teach finances. We all know that.
Yep.
Our families, a lot of times don't want to talk about finances.
Some can't because schools don't teach finance.
And I wish they taught more of that. Like maybe I felt like that. Like this doesn't even matter. Like really, I'm gonna need to know this. Like why do I need to know this? Like, I almost wish that there were more real life things, because I always said school was supposed to be a practice for life, and in a sense,
it's not.
In a sense, it is, as far as like, and I'm not even talking about in the classroom. I'm just talking about like communicating, being amongst other people, like
getting a social cue.
Plus the education too, though. Like that does include it. But as far as the education side, I didn't see it as like too important to me. But I like how what you said was like, you didn't give them, like, it's not you making them rich all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's got to be the person's desire to do it. And I was up in Washington State, and I got a lead kickboxing job at the I Love Tacoma kickboxing place. And part of how we would get the memberships of these people are like, okay, so you're like, yeah, what is it that you're wanting to accomplish? Okay, you're overweight. That's the start. Like you said, that's boom. That's the start of it. Well, why haven't you kind of poke the bruise a little bit?
Why are you overweight?
Why do you think that's the problem? And like, don't you think that you could like either, and then based on whether like you eat too much, based on whether you don't actually get your ass up and go work out, based on what exercises that you're doing and what you're trying to get, it all comes down to what you are doing. Don't blame nobody else.
Right.
But you are planting the seed on, okay, what's the steps? How can we get there? Just like you said, and like, what do we need to get there? And sometimes I almost want to say like you're a coach in a sort of sense, because I mean, same thing on the field, man. Like anybody could step out there on the field, but if they're just like, dude, I am not doing burpees today, I will not do burpees. All right, you're not going to get the results.
Right. And if you actually put a title to what I do, it's financial coach.
Financial
because
coach.
I can tell.
called it.
It's like a coach. I can put together a game plan. I can encourage you through all of it. Right. But if you don't want to do it, if you don't put in the work, for a lot of people, it's real simple stuff. Like, hey, we'll just stop going to McDonald's.
Stop spending money on these little things that it's like you need someone to just put a mirror up to you.
Right.
And be like, look what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't actually make you stop, but I'm showing you that you are basically making these decisions to put yourself in this situation.
And that's why it's poking the bruise, is because this happened and that happened and all these things out here. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, that's true and all, but dude, it's you know what I mean? Nudge, it's like, it kind of hurt, but like with the kickboxing thing, like we had to like make sure that we're not like making someone feel like bad about what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean? Like it's just.
And you just said it's you. I heard something. The issue, it's you, but you can say it right. But it's like the issue is you.
The
right.
issue.
I like that.
Yeah. Shit, dude, you
like
got
that.
me. I'm about to change my life.
I started thinking about how much do I go out to eat?
It's my fault. Better blame yourself. Blame me. Ice kid. Gangsta rap made me do it. No, it was you.
Yeah, it was you, motherfucker. That's crazy.
Man, there was something else that I wanted to tie in along that. Anyway. Oh, financial peace. Did you take financial peace, Dave Ramsey?
He said Dave Ramsey.
I actually read one of his books like a long time ago. So, actually back in high school. So for me, I always wanted to be rich, right?
I see that.
I read.
I feel that.
I mean, I read some like money books and stuff like way back, but it wasn't really until college when I started looking into investments and all that kind of stuff to when I really started to sit down like, okay, what is the order this stuff has to take place and things like that. So I never actually read a lot of Dave Ramsey or anything like, and I can't really remember much. I remember a little bit, but I mean, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And he's been there, it's pretty much Dave Ramsey. If anybody's interested, is he deals with financial situations, and I would say is pretty much like a coach in this.
And I want to
sort of
say
sense.
he's
More
kind
of
of
a speaker.
It's kind of a religious aspect too, right?
There is a religious aspect because that's what the financial peace aspect was. It's a program that you go through, and ironically enough, you have to pay like $100 to get like the textbook.
It's for your peace.
Hey. Takes money to make money, bro.
It does take money to make money. I mean,
so,
but little yin and yang.
It was a great course. At that time in my life, I had a pretty fat wallet. I don't mean to brag or anything because I can't brag, not right now.
Okay,
but I'm just saying, like at
back.
that time, like you know what I mean. It just kind of starts off like baby steps. First things first. Have $1,000 in savings. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, that's a great start. Okay, yeah. Let me just get $1,000. And see where I could go from this, and then it pretty much breaks down on what things to put aside that you can't pay for, and to categorize the things that you can accomplish, and pretty much just how to meet, pretty much to get debt free is the main thing that I think Dave Ramsey's financial peace program was about. And once you have all those other things like out of the way, bills, like other, like not talking about necessarily your house, because obviously you're going to have to continue to pay on your house. But that's part of the thing. Like, okay, well, I'm definitely going to pay that. Let me get these things out of line or out of the way, or, for this month or whatever. And then I can move on to this. Like, do I need Hulu? Do I need Netflix? Like, do I need cable? Do I need water in my house?
I need one. Out of those 4 or 5, you needed one for sure.
No, yeah, you're gonna so that was something that I also went through. I completed that course. Josh Wright got me into
right
it.
On.
Yeah, I mean,
and kind of with that, like you were saying, I mean, the average American household is like paying out $3,000 in just covering debts, including mortgage. Wow. So like a month, right? And if you, I mean, I don't care what your income is. If you're paying $3,000 toward debt, if you get rid of that debt and you have an extra $3,000 laying around, like nobody's complaining, right?
It'll help you out.
Right. I mean, without debt, it's not just helping you out. I mean, you're getting nicer things now. You can start putting stuff towards retirement. I mean, however you want to look at it, but debt, like that's why Dave Ramsey focuses so much on debt, because it doesn't matter what you do after you're out of debt. When you're out of debt, you have so much more freedom.
A great sermon that I had listened to a couple years back, Elevation Church. I don't listen to them too much now, but they were talking about, just start shallow, just do the bare minimum of what you can, right now. Get your feet wet, get out there and start getting after what you, because at the beginning of the day, the hardest thing is to even step in the workplace. It's getting out there and actually getting up and going towards what exactly you're trying to accomplish. And so I believe that starting shallow, just getting that little bit that you need out of the way, I think that's going to help for in the long run of what you're trying to accomplish.
Have you ever read Atomic Habits? Yeah.
Atomic.
Like atomic bomb.
Oh, okay.
Atomic Habits.
I thought this was a name because I was like,
no. It's kind of what you said. It's just like
Adonis. I was saying Madonna.
But it was just what you're saying. The whole idea is, hey, if you're trying to do 50 push-ups a day, even if you only do one, but you actually, set that time apart and said, hey, I'm going to do a push-up, you start to get in this rhythm where, you're doing, one a day, but eventually you're going to be like, well, I'm already down
too.
Yeah, I'm already done. Too. Yeah, exactly.
The hardest part about doing a push-up is literally getting on the floor to do it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, that's what the whole book's about, and that's exactly what you're just saying.
Yeah, just got to go, man, right? And again, with the comfortable thing, sometimes people get too comfortable. Like, even if you do, that's why I'm worried about retirement. I don't know if I necessarily want to retire or anything. I do want to be set up later on in life, and I don't want to have to continuously.
I want to retire from this bullshit 9-to-5 job and do my own thing.
Do your own, yeah. I don't ever really want to stop necessarily. I want to continue to learn. Yeah, I want to continue to grow, get better.
Yeah, retirement. It's not stopping everything. It's just having the freedom that if you had to stop, you can.
Right.
Like you can step away. If you do get sick or your wife gets sick, you can spend a month with your wife.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about the money. That's what retirement is.
I see what you're saying.
But then, like you were saying, I've been to a lot of jobs where, you see this old dude working at this factory. Your first thing is like, that dude didn't set up anything for retirement. Look at this dude working in a fucking warehouse at 60 years old. But then you go talk to him. It's like, nah, that dude is set up. He just doesn't want to be at home all fucking day.
Exactly.
He's working an 8-hour shift, 3-4 days a week, staying active. Yeah. You know what I mean? Still having more money, talking to people, still having more money on top of what he has retirement wise. He's double dipping.
Double dipping. Uh-oh.
He said, in the pool, sunscreen, back in the pool. Yeah. That motherfucker's crazy. So I see that a lot too. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, I just don't, like you said, I don't want to stop. I don't want to just be like, 60, time to sit my ass on the couch and do absolutely nothing, because I have that financial, comfort.
Some people work their whole life to do that though.
Exactly.
Like they're like, I think it was a Jordan Peterson quote where he said, like, what happens when you're on the beach and like you have an unlimited amount of drinks? Like, is that what you really want? You just want to be there though? Like, I don't know. It's in a sense of, is that what you're really working for? Just to be there? I don't know.
Cheers to that.
But but that makes a lot of sense, because it's like,
I want to go out and experience stuff.
But at the same time, we can experience the stuff right now at the same time as working towards this financial comfortability.
There's still importance to having it. And you set yourself up now, so later on it's just going to be, you're going to have that cushion. Not to say
we're talking in terms of life terms. He's talking in financial.
Well, you could have that cushion and be set up for later on down the road.
I had I pulled some money out of my retirement during COVID because it was no fees or anything like that. Just an extra savings account money. I was like, it's there. Give it. I'll take it. I don't know.
When I moved,
Oh yeah, you cashed
pulled
out
that
yours.
bitch.
Oh, he cashed
it out.
himself out, boy. He said, "Cha-ching."
Yeah. Takes money to make money. Takes money to
You
get
had
experience.
it though. He's saying you had it.
It's
though.
possible. Yeah, I mean, like it definitely, like it's not out of the question, to
Like you saying you had that cushion. If
Right.
you needed it.
yeah, and I got
Okay.
comfortable.
Yeah.
He said, "Damn, the cushions are comfortable, right?"
Damn, this seat is nice.
CRC. But with like doing all this stuff right now, I feel like our society kind of has like put us as young people into that. And I don't want to call it a trap because you have to be able to balance both. Putting yourself in a better situation in the future, but at the same time, not wasting your days today only doing that, right? Because I feel like a lot of people do that. You know what I mean? They're thinking to themselves, well, if I work through my 20s, 30s, 40s, 55, I'll be able to go out and do all these things I want to do right now. But it's like, is that necessarily the best thing? Because you might
Stuck
get
in a
caught up.
maze.
Yeah, you know?
Everything's okay, but it's not really.
Yeah. Or what J. Cole said, something like, feel like I'm stuck in this rat race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that rat's trying to get out, but he ain't getting out.
If it's
There's a game called I think it's Rat Race. It's a financial game where you're in it, and once you and once you get enough money and like buy property and stuff, then you're out of it. Then you got money working for you instead of like you're not
that's
working.
what's
in the
up,
rat
man.
race.
There's this game called Goat Simulator. And it's actually pretty fucking fun, bro.
We got a lot of listeners in this area whose ears perked up when you said that goat simulator. There's one where you're mowing lawns.
I have a bunch of
that was fun as shit, bro.
I have a bunch of buddies that play Farming Simulator. Like
they're fun.
It's you just like set up a whole fucking farm.
I'm sorry if I offended any of.
I know they're like
guys
talking shit about my
sorry.
lawns, bro. The Goat Simulator's cool. You can like run into people, you can blow shit up, and you're just a goat.
What's that? Kaplow or kaplow? Or what's that one? That ram?
Cram. Yeah, cram. He said that cram woke me up out of my sleep.
I'm gonna go run and get another little brewski. You want one, bro?
Will you grab my cold
Another
glass
one
and another one of those? Sweet. Drinks around the board.
Yeah, don't hate me for this, but I'm not a fan of Coronas.
That's okay.
I do not.
Yeah, no hate, no hating here. I don't think anyone would be mad about saying that.
You're still family here.
Family. Yeah. Anyone that says like, man, it's just, this is all I'm going to say. Coronas is just crazy. To me, it's over, but Corona was just wild, man. You know what I mean? It was just different.
It's coming back. People are getting like stomach aches now and shit.
Get
Like,
the fuck out of here, bro.
Joe
Bro,
Biden caught
is
it.
Quadruple vaxxed, bro.
He caught it,
That man
tested
still
negative,
got it.
and then tested positive again today. So he's a positive.
Dude
again.
got 4 needles in his arm. He's like, I still got it. Like, what? I know. They're going to be like, he did not get 4. He actually had 5. It was, to me, it's over in my mind. And it was
Remember all the
wild.
hate Rogan was getting, and he was right. Like all this.
He was 100% right.
Like,
and then
why
he
would
had
I
to
not?
like
He's like,
show people.
On this show I just heard the other day, he was like, I've sent like 30 people, groups of nurses and doctors, like if they have to deal with it, then they get it dealt with by real professionals. I don't know.
Have you
the
seen
right medications and stuff like that?
There's a couple recent episodes with Joe Rogan where I think Andrew Schultz was on, and
Andrew
and
Schultz
then Theo and
yeah,
bro, I
Theo
love
was
that
a good
shit.
one. Theo cracks me up.
I
He says
love
the
it,
most
man.
wildest shit.
It comes out of left field, and it's just like,
Jamie, get your elbows hard. And they were doing the smelling salts.
oh yeah, they just
I want to
kept
order
doing
some.
it.
I'm about to
bro.
order some.
Them smelling salts are different. Bro.
I've never tried it.
Don't want to do it.
Would you do it if I ordered some smelling salts?
I mean, I would do it.
Bro,
I
I'm about
guess.
to. I'm about
I've
to
done
go
them
back.
before.
I'm about to do
Well,
gloves.
I feel
again.
like we did that back in football.
I mean, you might have. I
You
never
said
did.
you might have. I didn't know no
They're
smelling
like-
salts.
I'm about to do gloves again. I'm trying to get back up in the gym and get back doing some golden gloves. So I'm
You
sure.
hit me up the other day.
Was it Corbin?
Maybe.
Oh, my fault, bro. Sorry.
I was gonna get on your head.
It's gonna get on you, folks.
You remember Brad Abbott, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit him up probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm like, because Jacob McLean, him and I, like Brad coached Jake and I on lifting, and
He was a hoss. He's still a hoss.
So I hit him up like probably 3 years ago, and I haven't talked to him since he left. And I'm like, hey, what gym are you going to? And he told me, and there's one called Iron Valley Barbell off of 86, which is like just a hole in the wall in a garage, but it is like if you're trying to put muscle on, that's where to go.
So did you go with it?
Yeah, I mean I went. I still have a membership there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean I haven't lifted in a while, but yeah. But I mean they got smelling salts and all that, but really, I mean, it's just... They got smelling salts and all
that. But right before you lift, right? That's what it's like, gives you that energy.
I just don't understand how that shit's legal.
I don't know. What have you heard of Kratom?
Yes, Kratom.
I've never tried it. Is it
a buddy of mine just got some honey?
Oh, yeah.
From Nepal.
Yeah, Mad Honey.
And it's called Mad Honey. It's like this shit that grows on mountains. It's but it's not.
Right. A lot of people use it.
It doesn't do anything.
It does, but it's not like.
Oh, it does.
Oh, it's not what you think of it. What you think of it.
Well, they call it. They categorize it more as it's called a delirium. So it makes you delirious. That is not hallucinating.
In my opinion,
that's like sick.
And yeah,
it's
in my opinion,
it
like,
just messes your mind up.
Kinda.
It's more like almost like a narcotic almost. Like if you're taking like a pain pill and you're kind of feeling like
you're like, am I in or out?
Yeah. A buddy of mine used to give it to me, and it was a drink, and you just mix it with water or whatever, stir it up.
Kratom. It tastes like ass.
Bro, I called it mud milk.
Oh, Kratom. I thought we were talking about that.
It looks like it's real grainy. Yeah, real grainy. They it used to be legal here, and then they made it.
You used to
order it online, but they don't sell it, right?
Maybe not in stores.
I don't
it's
think
one of those
they
things
sell
where
it.
You can go buy a fucking marijuana seed from Afghanistan, but
right,
you
exactly.
can't buy
I'm talking. You can buy like supplement things of Kratom.
Yeah.
We're thinking the same thing, I think.
But it still might be like illegal.
Yeah, they might have like a.
It's where like you can get it, but then
like
once you make
level,
it,
maybe?
you like make it into Kratom, that's when it's illegal.
Some people like because people who have been addicted to like strong
opiates and
opiates.
Stuff.
Opiates is what I was gonna. Yeah, opiates is what I'm trying to say. They would use that as a
withdrawal detox,
kind of like a substitute almost. Yeah, and try to withdraw off of it. Yeah,
but then you don't use it as how you used opiates. You don't just replace it.
Yeah,
it kind of lets you get off without going through the horrible.
Yeah, they sell this
opiate withdrawals.
They sell this on the West Coast for sure. They have Kratom stores and they sell it in glass shops, smoke shops. They sell a lot of these there.
This is what I was.
Not that I ever had like an addiction to opiates or anything, or even was like a pill.
They like all different. I wasn't sure what the different kinds are.
I have done it multiple times, and it's just like woo. Like,
he said, "Oh woo,
woo."
We're not going to get on that topic.
Funny enough, it was while I was landscaping.
Well, I mean, you got to keep going. You got to catch up, bro.
Give me that mud milk, man.
Jesse called him breakfast.
It wasn't gonna say names. Breakfast. It's a breakfast.
I'm talking about breakfast.
Backfist?
Yeah, it was like he skipped the R.
Backfist, spinning backfist. Did you watch the fights last night?
I actually did not watch the fights.
You into UFC or?
Yeah, I mean, I watch them every now and then, but I mean, especially when I was back at school with like the fraternity and all, we watched all.
How's a fraternity?
Yeah, I've never.
I was going to ask that. Like,
how is a
fraternity? I didn't want to sound ignorant, but I've never went to college. So.
I'm just going to be blunt, bro. Is it gay?
Is a fraternity gay? You know, I don't.
You don't have to answer.
No, well, here's the reality of it. I mean, it's like. Imagine you're in a football locker room all the time.
I think it's gay.
Like nobody is actually gay,
right?
But there's a lot of gay shit happening.
Hear you.
Like, bro, you just did that. You
girls do the same thing.
I'm not mad at gay people. I don't
We
care.
beat Western Boone and we're playing Backstreet Boys out the.
No, we lost. No, not to Western Boone. I'm sorry. We lost to a team. I think it was like one of our last games, and then we're sitting there playing.
Don't play that.
My milkshake's running on the points. Like, guys, we just lost.
You guys need to shut the fuck up.
And then start thinking about next year.
Yeah.
I'm a senior. Fuck it.
I'm not next year.
Play that. Turn it up.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be setting an example for the younger guys. Shit.
It was lifestyle for you guys. I think when you guys were seniors,
Yeah.
it was lifestyle that everybody listened to.
Oh,
Man.
That's the same guy. That's the same dude in that funny video who says breakfast.
Oh, is that guy?
Oh,
no, that
yeah.
video's fucking funny, bro.
That's who was talking
lifestyle. It's the same guy. Oh, I love
It's
him.
fucking
I love
funny.
him. If you listen to that song now, you'll understand it.
Mm.
When we were younger, the words just kind of flew over us. But now you listen to it, I swear to God, you'll understand it. It's crazy. Shout out Thug. He's facing RICO charges.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
sure.
Yeah, his whole YSL, the team, all got
Yeah,
fucked
that's
on
what I
RICO
heard.
charges. They're all in prison. Yeah.
Lifestyle.
And I feel like it's like, bro, those people in those positions, I feel like they know, like, later down the road, they're going to get fucked over. I don't know. There's something about it. Like, not to go down the huge conspiracy with, the music industry and shit, even Hollywood, all that. We all know, there's a little bit of a dark, there's a dark side. Hollyweird. There's a dark side to it. Everyone knows it. We can go that on a different podcast, different episode. But I feel like some of those people in those situations, like, they give for those good 10 years, but they know something like there's always, if you give, there's always a take.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's just there. It's known. Live
When
those
because
good
if you're
10 years
living
up.
that lifestyle and like
You forget, maybe.
that kind of reminds me of, I know we were going to talk about fights and we'll keep that on the back burner for just a second. What you had sent us, Vince, about pretty much I forget what athlete said it, but
Teddy Bridgewater.
yeah, Teddy Bridgewater talking about how he's kind of tired of these athletes portraying a thuggish, hard exterior or almost like image,
It's a facade.
while they are in these professional sports, because you are no longer like in the streets. You're not doing this, you're not doing the street thing anymore. You're an actual like NFL player. You're an NBA player. You know
Your
what
house
I mean?
is 490,000,
Aaron Hernandez.
my guy.
And
You
Aaron
know what I mean?
Hernandez, and it's like, look at him now. He was like, grew up in a nice, luxurious lifestyle growing up, and chose to go like the more rugged way after he was famous. Like he chose to do these things, acting like almost a thug or some sort of like gangbanger or tough guy, machismo or some sort. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, you made it. You made it. Why even want to like have that out there? You know what I mean?
I'll speak on that through my own personal experience. So all of us are damn near, there's levels to it and it's nothing personal, but comparatively in Lebanon, we're all kind of around the same when it comes to
like we
financial
thorough.
wise.
Like we straight thorough. We hood as fuck. Is that what you talking about?
Exactly, it's not.
Okay,
So
okay. Oh.
you got, when we're growing up, middle school, high school, yes, there are people whose family were wealthier than others, but if you look at it as a grand scheme of thing, average income, we're all around the same thing.
Yeah.
But you have these people, and I'm saying me as an example, I'm in that situation. He was in this situation where now, he's made it, like you said, but there's something within people where even if you make it, it's like not the version of you that like you think is like what you were going towards. So me as example, like when I was younger, I put myself in bad situations because I thought that would solidify myself or give me some like longevity.
You almost give like you want to like
go through,
not to say like to earn respect, but only
damn near
kind of like to earn your stripes
earn
in a
my
sort
stripes,
of sense.
100%.
It's like because you see like
I'm just gonna be this regular dude who went to middle school, high school, hadn't gone through things, silver spoon, damn near, boo, 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 boo. And I almost put myself in situations so I could actually not be that person. But
I feel like I just found myself in situations that were like
still finding it.
Yeah.
Still finding it myself. And
No,
and,
but I feel that too. Like with when I hung out with Peck, I feel like
put
I feel
yourself.
I feel like I had to keep up. Does that make sense?
Don't do it. Oh my
I'm sorry.
God.
I'm sorry, man.
There really was a
I
fly.
really did get it.
I don't know if that was a smart. You should just shook your head and we'll catch it another time.
It wasn't that hard, right?
Yeah, no,
You good?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Front
I'm
to
just
left,
glad
dude,
it's
no.
dead.
I feel like you've hurt most people on this podcast.
Oh, don't bring it up. I don't know why I did that, bro. See, I put myself in these situations.
But then alternatively, there's those who grew up in the rough, rugged gutters, bro. People who've lived and have experienced these things and they can't really get out. And their only talent was playing a sport like that,
Or
Ricky.
music. He said Ricky.
Bro, Ricky,
I just
I
watched
bring it
Get
back.
Hard.
Oh, yeah.
He said Ricky?
Yeah. That's how Ricky got hit, boy. He had the golden ticket. He had the golden ticket.
It's an all-star QB. I mean,
Yeah. And unfortunately, and that was just a movie. We were talking about Boys in the Hood, obviously. But he was, getting out of the hood by his talent. And those people that are surrounding you who are still stuck in there are either going to be supportive of you. They're either going to be jealous of you.
Or expect things from you.
Yeah. Oh, hey, can I get a free,
We grew up together.
let me get a free ticket to the game, man. And it's like, dude, why you want a free ticket when I'm out here busting my ass on the field, bro? Pay into that shit.
Pay in because you want to see me.
Yeah,
because
same thing for anybody who wants to be a cook or something. I got my own restaurant. Let me get a free plate, bro. Dude,
every meal I get free because we grew up together.
I mean, yeah, and it's just if you do make it out of that situation, you know what I mean? I would. In my opinion, I don't know how I would actually be if I had that bag. If I got that bag, I mean, like you said, the head gets bigger. You get a little bit of this false inflation in your ego, and in my opinion, I would want to steer people away from that direction. Look at me, man. I made it here. You don't have to be stuck in that same thing. Work hard, do what you got to do to make it up out of your position. And I feel like there's those guys too. You know what I mean? Who genuinely would want you to, succeed and want to be not even a role model. Cause I was I don't want you to be like me necessarily. Don't do the things that I did. Do you to the best of your ability. And,
I think the guy that had that quote was Teddy Bridgewater. He came out of Miami, I think that's where he was raised at. He went to Louisville College and then he's a professional quarterback now, but.
Have you guys ever heard of Snoop Dogg's closing the gap theory?
Explain it.
Okay, so
Shout out Snoop.
Yeah, I mean, it's
hope he's
funny.
listening.
Yeah. Give us a call, Snoopy.
I say this is I'll teach some of my agents and some of the people that I work with just because even though Snoop Dogg is still, Snoop Dogg said a lot of, pretty wise stuff.
Oh, yeah. Look where he's at now.
Right.
Owns Death Row Records.
30 years in the game.
30 years in the game. Still as relevant as
After
everyone.
having to leave Death Row Records for
Because of
some
not a good reason.
Not good reason.
So,
yeah.
And you can actually look up videos of Snoop Dogg today that people will be clowning around him and he'll be like, get out of here, man. I don't want to be associated with that. But his closing the gap theory is he's everybody, we all start on this level and you guys start going up, but eventually you will surpass them. And now we have this gap.
Yeah.
And the only way it can be closed is either they move up or you move down, and you don't want to move down, right? So, his idea is don't sacrifice what you've done to make other people feel good. You got to bring them up with,
Right.
You either bring them up with you or teach them how.
You can't, if they're coming up with you, that doesn't mean you sacrifice your level, not in an arrogant way. But if you keep sacrificing your shit for someone else, you might get to a
both
point where
have literally nothing.
Yeah, because now you're just stuck.
You got that one rotten fruit, bro, and it's gonna spread to every other piece of fruit in there and make it rotten too. You know what I mean? So, and that's a good point as far as keeping your circle. Close and on the same mindset as what you got going on. You don't want someone coming around and messing up your whole shit just because they're all oh, you're in it or we're all in it together. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not doing shit over here, but we're in it together. Let me live off your winnings almost. Right. On that financial peace course, spoiler alert, at the end.
No need to take it.
Right. At the end, it talks about, and it is Christian based or spiritually based, and it says to give back in the end. Once you do make it, once you're debt free, and once you're on a good roll, give back. And I don't even think that necessarily means here's $1,000 that I first saved up that got me going. You know what I mean? It's more of the knowledge,
information
that you have learned and that what you have experienced and bringing that back to others and like giving back. And even if it is like a couple dollars like here and there, like that's no big deal either, but it's not sacrificing your position so someone else can level up, because again, that's ultimately comes down to that individual, so it's kind of a weird circle there, I mean, we just connected Snoop and Dave Ramsey.
I'm sure them two could easily do something together, bro. And Snoop is
if
one
Snoop,
use all tool, bro.
If Snoop could do it with Martha Stewart, man, you know what I mean? I'm sure.
They both got, they're both up in the sky. We got role models, you know what I mean?
Well, Snoop and Martha are in the sky? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Snoop and Dave, they both got role models in the sky.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So they died?
They died.
So, hold on. Newsflash.
So I want to bring it back to we got into the fights a little bit. If we could step back.
Yeah,
into
you
that
asked
realm.
like, do I watch fights? And then somehow we got into
That's
the
okay.
fraternity. Yeah,
That's okay. That's okay.
See, I like how you know where we went left because I don't remember.
I guess, with the fights last night, if we could pull some of those up, there was some pretty good fights on last night.
Yeah.
We got, let's see.
Main card starts with these guys.
I kind of want to talk about Drew Dober.
I knew,
And
that was a good,
Rafael Alves, man, that was a good ass matchup. Or Alves. That was a good matchup. Rafael Alves, bro, he looked like, dude, he was sharp. He was in there like dodging punches, bro.
Good head movement,
bro.
yeah.
Like slipping and everything, and like he was getting fired up. And Drew Dober, he stayed composed and handled it well, and ended up Drew Dober got the knockout against
a gnarly knockout too, bro.
Hit that solar plex.
I'm telling you, bro.
There was
he didn't even knock him out. He
It didn't even look. It was such a quick punch.
He took his complete wind out of him. He literally, or he might have fractured a rib.
I mean,
He was starting to slow down.
it was the higher,
I think he might have
higher
fractured his
rib.
rib. I think he might have fractured.
There was
his rib.
2 body shots that happened last night.
The one that went to the
dropped.
side.
Yeah, straight
Oh.
dropped. And you could see it like as soon as the impact hit, like
They have to register a body shot.
like they're like, all right, fuck
I'm
it,
cool.
and they're like, oh, just like
It's
fall
worse.
That's how it really
it's
is.
Worse.
That's
It's
how it
worse
is.
than getting knocked out because when you get hit in the head,
You don't feel it.
you're already forgetting it as soon as you get hit in the head.
Well, what are you constantly doing?
Breathing. Wow. Yeah. You don't. Yeah.
You take that breath away. What they say in wrestling? Kill the
Airflow or something?
body, kill the head, or what?
Kill the head, kill the body.
Is it kill the head, kill the body?
Kill the body, kill the head.
I think it's kill the body,
Body, kill the
and
head.
If you
then,
can
like,
dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're one and another. It makes sense.
Tomato,
together.
tomato.
So yeah, body shots, man, were kind of a good thing in these. Everyone, that's what I like nowadays. People are throwing in those just gnarly rib
And
and
keep
gut
hitting him with
shots.
kicks and stuff. Drew Dober's throwing kicks to
Bro,
that
they
guy.
were. He was just consistent with the leg. Yeah, it was just
That guy slowed down. Alves slowed down in the second round, and then he got an eye poke. Drew Dober poked him in the eye, which he really did poke him in the eye.
Yeah,
It was
But then,
accidental, obviously.
totally.
Rogan called him out. I was like, because he got fired up after he had like a little break. He came out strong, and
Which
Rogan's
is, I
like,
would
he got
utilize it.
yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Rogan's
You
like,
have
"How's he
five
got
Catch
his
my
minutes.
breather, and then right after.
You get 5
Right
minutes.
after they like, all right, go, boom, right into action, dude. The
Right
Alves dude
into it.
starts
Yeah,
going
starts
off,
throwing,
teeing
yeah.
off, and it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
whoa.
I thought your eye hurt. Nope, it did not.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was
So what else we got? The Alex Morono and the Matthew Semelsberger. That was a good fight too.
We did talk about him. Remember Samel's Burgers?
Oh yeah, we did.
Samel's Burgers.
That was a good fight. It was very close, and you know, what I mean, it went obviously down to the decision. Are there 2 Alex Moronos, or isn't there like one?
There's Morono, and then there is Brendan Moreno.
There we go. Yeah.
Later on in the match.
Because that's why I was like, wait, are there 2 motherfuckers that are the exact same last name?
I started kind of falling asleep around this time in the fight card.
He
I'm
said,
finally
"I'm not
getting
gonna
that Midwest fucking.
Oh, you're getting used to this
Yeah.
Eastern time zone now. I think I'm stuck on West Coast time because, like, bro, whenever it's like 3 a.m., I feel like it's midnight. I think I'm in it somehow. I
You're
don't
in the
know
West
what
Coast
happened.
somehow?
I'm in the West Coast
Feeling it?
somehow mentally.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's better, isn't it?
Magomed.
Magomed. This one was nice.
Oh yeah,
bro.
with Anthony Smith. That's the one.
I like Anthony Smith.
Anthony Smith. So okay, Magomed Ankalaev.
He just started
Anthony
putting
Smith.
it on him, bro. He just started putting it on him.
Oh, okay. Anthony Smith. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember. Anthony Smith actually just lost his mother recently.
Oh,
and
man,
I
that's
feel
terrible.
like he came in, obviously wanting to do it, for her and everything. It's kind of sucks. It's still the fight game. You win some, you lose some, but it's just, I felt for Anthony Smith on that one.
Did you ever have like a moment like that in sports where like you felt like you were playing for
Someone else?
right?
Yeah.
I had one of them one time. My uncle actually passed away, and I remember like taping wrist and writing. I can't even remember what I wrote, but like that might have been like my best game I ever played.
Really?
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Looking back, but
Yeah.
that's the only time I ever did it, and
Did
I
it for
know
them.
that was like the game.
That's the
that-
reason.
You can even
yeah.
take it back to Patty Pimblett, I think,
Oh,
like
with
either
the
last
suicide
week
thing.
or the week before. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally with the suicide thing.
Because he said he had lost. He had brought. Didn't he bring like this kid who had cancer or something
that was one of
on?
them.
And then the kid passed away not too long after that. And then his buddy committed suicide. So then he had made. I mean, that's huge. You know what I mean? UFC isn't the biggest stage when it comes to sports, but UFC is definitely the biggest male spectated sport. That's not even
He
an
was on
argument.
ESPN.
It was on ESPN, so people that would watch it, even if they don't.
in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Too. Fight night.
So
Fight night.
UFC is probably watched like 70% men and then 30% women. That's me taking a rough guesstimate, but I feel like that's probably a good.
Yeah,
guesstimate.
It's getting bigger. I mean,
It's
yeah,
getting
it is.
bigger
You're
on
right.
both sides,
I
you
hear
know.
what you're saying.
But you have this guy speak about after a win, speak about suicide and emotions, and he said a stigma for men. So it's not like he was
right.
excluding women. He was showing example of how bad it is sometimes for men when it comes to these crazy thoughts, things that we go to, the idea that men are supposed to be just deal with all these emotions, no problem.
Kind of
we'll
want
go
to
right
touch on
through
this.
it.
Yeah, I want to stay
We
on
should.
this for a second, and because everybody deals with so many problems. A lot of people, especially now, is such a weird time.
It's insane.
Coming off of Corona, not even just
Mhm.
Corona. Yeah, that was just the beginning of
Tip
it.
of the iceberg.
Yeah. And I mean, there's more to unravel with that. And everybody, like I said, it's women and men or whatever. And I feel like, just like as he's saying, the stigma of like, oh, guys with this hard exterior, you know what I mean? We're fighters out here, you know what I mean? We're football players and we get hurt all the time. Hey,
Wipe it off.
tough it up.
Wipe
you know,
it off.
toughen it. And I do, yeah, okay, like you gotta get through that, but sometimes like it's not such a physical battle. Like we're, you know what I mean? And even if it is a physical battle and it's like a mental battle, then it's like I feel like we're almost shamed in a sense that we should be able to not even acknowledge that, like, oh I don't feel.
Death.
I don't feel.
Yeah, he died. Oh, what?
I'm just a machine. All I do is just go. You know what I mean? That's all you expect of me. And it's like, I know there's things like, I mean, it's hard to even want to talk to somebody because of that. You know what I mean? Or of this image that we're trying to portray over. Like, I won't lie, dude. I'm not afraid to get emotional. I'm not afraid to cry, because I feel like the truth sets you free. And I mean, it may not look the coolest. It may not sound the coolest to hear.
Society might tell you it's wrong.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is like guys need the females just as much as the females need the guys. You know what I mean? Like we need that femininity to our masculine. You know what I mean? For the teamwork. You know what I mean? And I almost feel like, and I'm not every woman, I'm not saying that women, obviously women go through things as well, but it's like to be there for each other. You know what I mean? I think that's why like a brotherhood bond, like whenever we go, we all just lost a football game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're all down about it.
No, let's play fucking Bananas by Gwen Stefani.
Alexa, play bananas.
Yes, me and my boys. Yeah, but it's like, you know what I mean. Like, there's definitely like that there's the missing piece, like where we need comforted too. You know what I mean? Like, we'll be there to rub the shoulders of the woman, or care for like what's wrong. But it's hard for us to come out and to say, hey, like I can't
help. Deal with this.
And as an alpha male, you want to take charge, shoulders up, walk through the pride land type deal. There's a drought. You know what I mean? The pride land's dry out there. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing to get no more.
And it takes that. It takes two. You know what I mean? It takes somebody to listen. I feel like we should all. I don't necessarily think like you should take a Facebook post and post every single thing that you're going through, but like we do need people that we can trust and someone that we can talk to, so we can get that out and off of our shoulders.
Right. And what Patty was talking about, I think he was talking more to not the people down, but the people that can help the people down, because, like us as men in general, I mean, it's just, in most cases, we don't want to, cry, or we don't want to talk to people about our weaknesses, things like that. And Patty was talking to, everybody, saying, hey, reach out to your boys, it's much easier for somebody to open up to. I mean, especially as guys, for us to open up when somebody says, hey, like something on your mind, like, if you're religious, how can I pray for you? Stuff like that, you can really get out. But coming up and, I haven't seen you in a couple of years and being like, Jared, I mean, I'm going through it right now. That's not something that, people are going to do.
Right.
Right. I mean, especially as most men. So Patty was talking, I think, in general to like, hey, check up on your boys. Yeah.
Song by Royce the 5'9", it's called Strong Friend. He said, check on your strong friend. You know what I mean? A lot of people have that one friend, and I feel like maybe all of us can damn near relate to that. In our friend group, we've all been this person, that one that is the one that we go talk to. Like, you're the one that I go with my problems. Like, yeah, we're homies, we're talking about the game, but then, like, hey man, this happened, and boo, 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 and I'm going through this, and this is actually making me feel this way. I feel like we've all been in that situation. I'm sure people listening, you've been that strong friend, but man, you can only lift those weights so fucking long, and sometimes that strong friend gets the weakest at one point.
You probably remember Coach Danball's geese.
Exactly.
Thing.
Yeah. Metaphor. Yeah. I hear you.
I don't remember how it went, but
okay.
So
with the geese, they fly in a V formation. The geese always fly in a V formation. If you ever seen them in the sky, and the leader of the pack, the strongest one, who's showing them where to go,
and he breaks the wind.
He'll pull back and go to the back of the line. Not for just to have someone else like lead, not like, oh, I'm tired, let me go catch a break, but because those who are behind, those ones who are tired, and it kind of pushes them. It pushes them to go. It making sure that no one just fell back there. It's making sure that everybody's all in this V formation. This is our formation. This is our unit, and this is how we are moving forward. And we're not going to be able to move forward
if people are straying off.
If we're not together, we're not that core group.
Yeah.
We're going to need each other. So that's why they say like the weakest link type deal
can lead the pack.
I mean, well, the weakest link will break you if you don't, reinforce it. You know what I mean? And if you're the leader of the crew and you're letting the weakest link fuck up the whole chain of things,
you're not really the leader.
Damn near. Well, I mean, everything's fucked. Nobody's even in their position.
And that's what a leader damn near is for. You know what I mean? And that's what.
But he is gonna get tired too.
Yeah.
So true. that is not just being tired and falling back so someone else can step up and take the reins for a minute, right. But all together pushing and making sure all of us get to where we need to go as one unit. I like that you brought that up because I've always remembered that.
That's so crazy, bro. And I don't like geese. That's the thing.
I hate geese, bro.
But I love the metaphor.
They're so ugly.
And they are fucking headstrong. I'll tell you that much. They are fucking.
One goose alone. Hey, did you see me?
Did you see that, dude?
Oh, I felt it, bro. Motherfucking buff geese,
Please
boy.
don't. Please don't.
You gotta tell him.
I don't want to go through it again.
So one day, me and Logan are walking. We're walking through some fields. Do you want to?
Bring it up.
Okay, well, we're walking through some fields, and let's just say these geese, I mean, They aren't the prettiest, but they also look a little, cute. Like, I mean, not saying that.
The young ones are very cute.
They look cute or whatever, but the mamas are motherfucking protective.
They think we're cute.
Hey, they think we ain't cute.
Right.
They're
like, cute thinking you're gonna pull up on us.
So we're walking, and like this fucking goose man is like must have a nest somewhere close by. And like, hey, bro, like, hey, back up. But like, we got to get to this one spot, and it's a narrow field that we're walking, a pond on the other side, a creek,
by a waterway,
creek on the other side. We have to go through this route. We got to go. And this fucking goose gets brave.
He's getting sturdy,
bro. This goose starts fucking charging on its 2 feet, running at us, and fucking breaks its wings out, and like glides
5 foot wingspan.
It glides over at Logan, and it fucking body checks straight, opens up its
right
wings
to my face,
body
bro.
Checks Logan, and fucking drops
felt like
Logan.
Like those fucking feather pillows your grandma would have back in the day. They'd poke you in the eye. I had backwards feathers.
Bro, he was like flapping on Logan's head and everything. I wanted to help you. There's really wanted to. There wasn't, besides like fall down laughing. I was holding my stomach and I was crying.
I heard you. I was like, at least he's getting enjoyment out of it. I'll take one for the team.
Yeah, man. Them geese,
don't fuck
strong.
with them, man.
They're
don't
brave.
fuck with them.
He didn't even have the pack with him either. He was like
lonesome. We need to be like geese sometimes.
That was the mama.
Have the strength to, charge a car in the middle of the road at 30 miles an hour. You'll beat it.
Hey, I got a V formation coming this way, buddy. You better get off my nest, boy.
Yeah. V for vendetta, because they got fucking personal problems with us, man.
Viciously. You know how he starts naming off V names and V for vendetta?
Good movie.
It's
a good movie.
Shit's funny. So we had a couple more fights on there. Let's get on past. Let's just go on to the main event. Oh, well, Derek Lewis got dropped quick. Honestly,
I feel like it was an early stoppage.
Sergey Pavlovic.
Yeah, Pavlovic.
Versus Derek Lewis. And, Derek Lewis, he got like pieced up early, but he had dropped. And Derek Lewis, he's a big boy. He's a tough guy. And like, as soon as he dropped, like he was trying to get like, he almost popped up almost instantaneously. But even before he could pop back up, then the referee was like, no. And he did get dropped, but I think that Derek Lewis could have weathered that storm, but the referee called it. And
it is what it is.
Yeah. I actually, you know what? I thought like, I don't know if I'm going to be like world champ at fucking MMA or fucking boxing or anything, but damn, how cool would it be to be a referee?
That would be pretty fucking fun.
Would that not be dope?
You got the look. You could do it.
You think because I look like Herb Dean?
I thought it was cool. The guy with the long beard. He was talking to Alves in Spanish or Brazil, whatever Alves is. He was talking to him in his language. He was like communicating, like, with the eye poke? I just noticed that, like watching
really cool.
him, like, oh, that's cool. He knows the language fluently.
Wow, I'm gonna have to start learning new languages now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do all of them.
I can sign language at this point.
Russian's gonna be the hardest, probably.
Night.
Sleep.
Yeah, somebody knocked out. Are you okay?
Okay.
Derek. Okay, so this Brendan Moreno.
That's the one I didn't see the highlights. I heard it got fight of the night, but I didn't see the.
It was an amazing fight.
It was consistent the whole fight,
Those
and
the
then
best fights.
Third round TKO. Nothing's better than that. Strikes. You know what I mean? Like that is perfect. And this what? Kaya Kara-France?
Kai Kara-France.
Yeah, I've never seen him before.
Yeah, you have, bro.
He dropped Cody Garbrandt last year.
I talked about him.
Did you really?
Yeah, we talked about him before. He trains with Israel Adesanya, Volkanovski, Dan Hooker. Like he's
they're
with
all at that same.
The Aussie.
They all go to that same gym. What is it?
Damn it!
New Zealand fighters.
It's something kickboxing.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Help us out, everybody.
Kai Kara-France, dude, he is an amazing athlete, and he came in there, and I almost felt like by the way that he was looking coming into the fight, dude, he was like too pissed. Like he was too upset. Sometimes I feel like that can hurt you in a way. He still fought tremendous, but Moreno just had him beat. You know what I mean? Like it was it definitely went to Brendan Moreno. Was that a body shot? Was that the other body shot? I might be tripping. I know that's a TKO.
He just says strikes. He might have dropped him with a No. Yeah, maybe he dropped him with a body shot.
Right, and then just started putting it on him.
Yeah. But then I want to talk about afterwards.
Okay.
Figueiredo.
I was like, why did Figueiredo come in,
Figueiredo is the champ who took the belt from Moreno last. Right. Obviously, Moreno has a belt right now, though. I didn't know.
He's the champion. That was for the interim belt, I guess. Okay. I don't know what happened the last time they fought to where Davis Figueiredo is the champion.
Yeah, it was a close fight, and Figueiredo somehow came.
Moreno won the first one,
correct?
And then Figueiredo. Okay, so Joe Rogan also said that in the octagon.
3? I want to say there's 3 because they were talking about them running it back, and it would be the 4th time.
So I think Moreno beat him twice, Moreno beat him twice, I believe. And then Figueiredo
this most recent one, Figueiredo won, because we watched those.
Yes.
Yeah, we watched them. And I know they said this would be their 4th and they basically did. Bro, that dude who does the translation, he is the fucking man, bro. Because he doesn't talk like he would say that he would fight. It'd be like, yeah, man, he was coming all around here. He was going to cut. Like, he gets...
And you come for this title, and I'm not giving it up. This is my title. You're speaking for him. Yeah. Easy. Watch your tone with me and tell me what he said.
Fight you because you think you have the
Rogan
belt.
made the comment that he doesn't think Figueiredo can make 125 again.
That's a tough fucking weight.
125, a grown ass man.
125. Demetrius Johnson was the perfect size for that. He was like 5'4". Cut.
Mighty Mouse.
Brian Hale would be a decent good 125.
Hell yeah, a little scrapper boy.
That's what I'm saying, coming in.
I still don't understand why they got rid of Mighty Mouse for fucking Ben Askren. That's beyond
the only MMA trade in history.
What? We're never doing this again.
Yeah, he's like, this did not turn out the right way.
But what I seen from that was obviously Moreno was fighting Kai Kara-France, and Figueiredo was out in the crowd and starts standing up all cocky, and he gets closer up to the ring and keeps on getting up to the ring, and then they end up lidding Figueiredo from the stands, not even on the fight card, into the ring, and he gets the microphone, bro.
Yeah, they're talking to each other.
I've never seen that. That's some WWE shit right there, bro.
I thought the same thing, bro. I was like, this is insane.
What is going on?
But they had they literally were like, you have never seen 2 fighters with this much respect for each other. They literally word for word said that. I felt like
Figueiredo wasn't about to give the respect because he was all up in his face until Moreno was like speaking. He's trying to explain. I mean, he just won. He's trying to explain, trying to tell everybody how he felt after the fight. And Figueiredo's all in his face like this or whatever. And he's like, I will do that. He said, I will fight you. He said, I want to fight you again. Like, I will do that. And then Figueiredo's like, all right. And then he comes in and gives him a hug. You're like, all right, friendly competition or whatever. But that was something. I felt like they were trying to push that fight almost. And I'm not lying to you guys. I may be a conspiracy theorist. I don't know, but I feel like the fucking UFC can be set up sometimes. And that takes me on into Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena.
Okay, break it down.
Amanda Nunes wiped out her division. You know what I mean? And then she faces...
Head kicked Holly Holm.
Oh my God. So many beautiful matches where she's just on point.
The dog shit out of people, bro.
Literally to the point where Nunes isn't even considered like a main event champion or like what's the last fight? Like the main event. No, I would say she got boring after a while because she's headlining this main event. Yeah. And then she's knocking these motherfuckers out like it's her day job. Like, go to sleep, bitch.
Right.
Die, motherfucker, die. Why?
Little M and DMX on that one movie, bro. That movie's good as fuck, bro.
But so then they faced the first match, Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes, and we have the episode where we were watching that. I literally hung up because Nunes lost. You can't have the good without the bad, though, Jared.
Right.
Anyways, though, I felt like Nunes was better than that. Everybody has off nights, though. I mean, it's the fight game, but
everyone knew she was, bro. She's better than that.
In my opinion, man, I just felt like Nunes could have easily swept this chick. And I mean, obviously, it wasn't easy, but by the fight that I just saw last night, Amanda Nunes versus Pena, number 2. I mean, Juliana Pena looked great. I mean, she looked good. I won't say great. She looked good, and I mean, she got dropped like 3-4
by
times.
some clean
shots. That overhand, Amanda Nunes.
She was reading her like a book, bro.
Clean.
She has clubs for hands.
Yeah,
she
really
does. She'd knock us the fuck out.
Corbin calls them hand sandwiches. Said
She
that.
does.
Fucking,
Look like they look
Pedigo's
like
got
huge.
ham sandwiches. Motherfucking bricks for fists.
Big old meat
Long
knuckles,
arms, and
bro.
she's fucking
Yeah,
throwing that
and
motherfucker.
Meat knuckles.
I just feel like Nunes definitely like had control, obviously, like the whole fight, and I was like, this is the Amanda Nunes that I'm used to. And in the last fight that they had, like Dana White's like, well, I was gonna book this fight afterwards. I forget who he said she was gonna fight or whatever, but it's like, okay, if that's the case, why didn't you just book that fight in to begin with? Amanda Nunes has been tearing this division up.
Right.
Tearing it up to the point where all these people don't even deserve to fight her at this point. Give her that big money. But I feel like almost Amanda Nunes, I mean, she had 2 belts at the time.
Yeah.
Here's one. Huh?
45.
At 45. So yeah, she's got 2 belts, 2 different divisions. And I feel like she's like, all right, I still got, one other belt. Hold on to this for a minute. Give me that hype. Give me the popularity.
The underdog almost.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
Like,
mean? I have to regain it.
yeah, I feel like it's a money thing, and that's where I feel like it was almost set up. Juliana Pena almost got an armbar in there, and Nunes almost got caught with it.
I remember. Yep, I remember that.
And
She had to yank that
Big
bitch out,
split
bro.
on her forehead. She has to go to a plastic surgeon.
she didn't.
Well,
She got
someone
stitches.
said that.
It was Dana that
Dana
said that.
said
he
something
said
like
that
she's
she
on her
didn't.
way.
Yeah,
to the
and
plastic
she's
surgery.
like, all it took was a couple stitches,
Oh,
no
right on.
surgery needed. But yeah, that was a later update. But yeah, I was like, damn, I was tripping about that for a little bit. It was nasty, but Amanda Nunes was like, yeah, honestly, I could have finished her earlier
She
on,
did say it.
but
She wanted to show her what's up.
yeah,
bro.
she wanted to show her but I mean, people say that too, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Oh,
sure.
I would have finished that, at any time I
Any
wanted
point.
to. But I mean, like, in my opinion, Amanda Nunes, man, she's top dog. She's the lioness, bro. Like, I feel like
Yep.
I feel like she's like,
I don't even think
she's
they need a
beast.
third fight.
Uh,
I think Pena would need to.
They have to be
Fight
close
some
to keep them
people.
going.
Yeah.
Like that. Volkanovski and Max, the first 2 were super close, so that's why they had the third. But now you can't have a fourth because
yeah.
Volk was so good in this
Right.
last one.
No
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not like a conspiracy thing. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, Nunes may have just gotten beat or whatever. But in my opinion, like, I feel like
It could be like personal. Like, Amanda Nunes could have done it herself. Like, nobody else involved. She could have just been like, I want to lose this one so then I can win again later.
Yeah, right. Like, it's a lot of pressure on her right now, are you saying?
Well, I mean, kind of what you're saying, like, hey, hold my belt so then.
So I can come
I
back
know
and do that
I know
shit.
I can get back.
It's
to
like
it later.
McGregor and Mayweather. It was like so built up and it was just so drama.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just all about the money, I think, in a lot of ways.
And they're actually talking about another matchup between McGregor and
In the octagon, though? Or
boxing.
Boxing, yeah. I've seen that too.
I don't know if I'd want to see that McGregor and Floyd Mayweather 2.
You pay $100 for that again? That's what you paid. That's what you paid last time.
I'll
I did.
skip.
No,
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
said I did.
that's what the price of the pay per view was. $100.
He said PPV.
That's crazy.
PPV.
We were just talking about how expensive they are just by watching them by yourself. Like, instead, like having a group of people is not bad, but
Yeah.
$80. Like,
$80?
and I'm paying for ESPN every month.
I have to carpool this fight. Like, fuck.
Damn near everybody. I mean, the average household, could you pay?
Bro, if they're expecting $80, then they need to have like a fucking financing option.
Yeah.
That's fucking bullshit,
outrageous.
bro.
If I'm gonna buy every pay per view, but give it to me at like $20 a pop, the whole year. Like I'm gonna watch every one, but give me a discount.
And it's not like Nunes had like one loss before this,
Yeah.
or besides Pena.
Yeah, she's lost to somebody else.
Three.
Too. I can't
She's
remember.
got 3
It's
losses.
like really
Oh,
to me like
I remember
records,
her losing.
records don't even matter to me. Like in my
Not
opinion,
necessarily.
Undefeated in the records. No.
yeah, it's like I mean, Kamaru Usman, do your thing, man. but-
I saw George St. Pierre said that like one of the
I don't even
biggest
think
changing
he's
points in
undefeated.
his life was losing to Matt Serra. Like when he.
yeah, it'll always stain even after everything that you've done.
He beat him
GSP.
again. He still was like that
Yeah.
one fucking loss.
You lost, man. You know what I mean? You lost.
Yeah, man. Like at this point, it's like people are wanting that GOAT status. Like, woo, double champ, back to double champ.
I know Dylan's gonna hate me, but I feel like that's my problem with Izzy. Like he's just, he's not fighting. Like he used to fight for the glory. Like
Here's
put
a
on
good
exciting
point.
fights.
Look at Moreno. Figueiredo Moreno was obviously interim champ, but look at how hard he was fighting. He's the champ, and he's going in there slinging like it's his last fight, dude. You know what I mean? Like that's
might
what I
be.
want to see.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
There is no tomorrow, Apollo
Yeah.
Creed. Dude. There is no tomorrow.
Like McGregor when he was, I've said this multiple times, but him coming up, it's awesome to see him coming up in that drive, and then once he hits it, like fuck,
Right.
everything falls down from there. Like,
Right.
God damn it.
And I feel like that's where it like comes in. It's like more of the glory type deal. Like, you know what I mean? I'll sacrifice a loss, sure, just to get more popularity, just to get more recognition, just to put viewers. Like, I feel like
Give them a show.
I feel like pay-per-view Nunes main eventer it wasn't bringing in the draws because everybody's like, Amanda Nunes is about to tear shit up.
Right,
Like,
we
why
already
even
know
watch?
she's gonna do this.
So, like, I feel like they put her on this stacked card. Brendan Moreno, Kai Kara France, motherfucking Anthony Pettis, Derek Lewis.
Derek
dude.
Lewis is
Like,
always a big name that people want to watch
Yeah,
just
in-
because of
in
how he
Texas too,
acts.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just how his popularity and how he relates to people. People like to watch
yeah.
it, no matter
it's
what.
a draw.
Even if he loses,
It's a draw.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much the fight recap on that.
It was good fights.
yeah.
It was good.
Pretty good fights. Got some decent ones. Still,
Usman Edwards coming up.
yeah.
That's gonna be a fight night.
Might do a fight night on that.
That's gonna be a fight night.
You know, looking forward to October in Abu Dhabi. Oliveira and Makachev. And there's a couple other ones on that card that are stacked. I forget. Dillashaw and Sterling.
Isn't O'Malley on that
O'Malley
one too?
and Yan, yeah.
Peter Yan and
O'Malley said he
bro.
wants to call out, or he wants Aldo next if he
It'd be a
beats
good
Jan.
fight. It'd be a good fight.
I don't know.
Jose Aldo and him.
He better stay focused on
Aldo throws.
Bro, Jan is no fucking joke. That's the thing, bro. O'Malley's got more hype. He's got more motivation, whatever. But, bro, let's not act like Peter Yan is not
He doesn't
an
stop.
elite unit, bro.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great fucking fight. All of them. Anything else?
I think we're
Evan?
about wrapped on time.
Got any
too.
closing statements you want to
anything you want
get
to
out?
I mean, I appreciate you guys, having me on. I know I was telling you guys earlier, I remember, I think it was probably episode 2 or 3 when Jeff first came on, and then I remember Cody's episode, and for the
Joe.
longest time, go ahead.
Cody Cho.
Yeah. But for the longest time, I know, Vince and I have been on Snap forever. We have too, but Vince posts stuff on his story, and I remember him getting his first house, and I'm like, he was the first, I think, probably out of all of us to really do something like adult.
Yeah,
And,
the adult.
I told him hey, that's a good role model. That's what I want to do. And then once you guys did this, I was like, I sure hope you guys stick with it because I love the whole idea, and definitely getting the people, friends back together and all that stuff.
Yes.
Definitely appreciate you being a part of it, man. Because it's this type of thing that helps keep us motivated, keeps us talking. You know what I
does.
mean?
Yeah.
Helps keeps us, and it's cool to what I mean. I haven't seen you in years, man. It's cool just to
But
just
we
to
picked
see
it up.
you again.
We picked it up with great conversation and a
Who
heartbeat.
Who knew you guys playing in baseball and shit, and then not talking forever, and then all of a sudden we're on the podcast talking about
all kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
deep and
Yeah,
funny.
he
and-
asked me if fraternities are gay, and I'm like,
I gotta be honest with you.
Depends on how you look at it.
Depends on your viewpoint. Okay. Where's your line at?
I can't wait to go back to and edit that part. Because I'll fucking take it right out right there. Fraternities are gay. That's one of the best
Right
parts.
on.
Well, shit. It was good seeing you guys.
Thank you for
Seeing
coming
man.
on, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For sure.
Let's do this shit again, man. Thanks for listening. Last Dab, episode
72.
Wow.
I know. We're nearing
Closing
that
in
100
100.
mark. I'm telling you, we're getting there. Here in just a snap, we'll be right at 100.
It's crazy, man.
You got 6 more, and then it's a year and a half. Assuming you did it every week.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what we're striving for, is to continue to stay consistent with it. So I'm glad that you're listening, and you know, it just motivates us
Yeah.
too. So you're welcome back on anytime you want, man. If you ever want to watch fights with us,
Yep,
just
fight
kick
nights
it.
all day. We want to have as many people on fight
I don't
nights.
need
man.
financial advice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Make sure we don't spend too much on these fucking fights.
Like, hey, man, you told me to reach out. I'm going through some things. Can I get $5,000? $5,000.
5,000
Hey, leave a comment, you know, if you want some money, and Jared can give it to you.
I got like 3 Monopoly boards.
Yeah.
Whatever you need. I don't even want to play you in Monopoly. Shit, dude, you be running that table.
The whole square is
Give me
his,
my
bro.
money.
Yeah.
What money? I lost.
Peace.
Peace.
TLDP, baby. See you next time.